What's up, guys? This is Chris Albert from Warrior Soul Apparel. Been thinking a lot about how I first got into bodybuilding and how I first got into lifting weights. And, um, you know, think back to when I was a teenager. I was kind of a lost soul. I never had a father, never had, a real male mentor in my life to teach me anything. And bodybuilding was one of the first things that gave me some sense of discipline. It was one of the first things that gave me some um, life practice for myself, where I was able to go into the gym, plan my days out, and stick within a certain boundary and work ethic that would help me to get to a goal that I had. And when I think back on my life, every time I left bodybuilding was when I started to go off the deep end, when I'd start to go back to drinking, when I'd start to get into drugs, when I start to fall into depression. And the thing is that it was because I was losing my life's practice, my life's discipline. And I look around at a lot of what's going on in social media right now in the bodybuilding world, and so much of it is about gains, and so much of it is about muscle and how one looks and the aesthetic of the physique. And yeah, that's why a lot of people get into it. That is why the sport is so popular. But in reality, bodybuilding isn't about muscle. It's not even about really looking good. That's the sideshow. The reality of bodybuilding is that it is a life's discipline. It is a life's practice. It's a type of kung fu. And a lot of people would be like, well, kung fu is fighting. Well, kung fu is translated to supreme skill. It's, somebody who washes windows and who washes a window 1,000 times to the point that the window is perfect every time. That person is said to have kung fu. Kind of stealing this from Marco Polo and the Shaolin monk who was training him on the latest Netflix series that they have. But when you look at it in this way, when you look at bodybuilding as a type of kung fu, then it really sets things in perspective. It really says to yourself, okay, you know what, I might not have gains now, but if I practice this 1,000 times, if I get into the gym on a regular basis, on a consistent basis, if I practice getting my macros in, if I take that discipline in counting my macros and get all my food in on a daily basis, or if I have a meal plan and I practice that meal plan, that is a type of kung fu. That is a type of development of a supreme skill. And the skill is our discipline, is learning how to control ourselves, learning that we can adapt and overcome to any life situation and still have that skill. There's a lot of you out there who might be going through difficult life situations right now where you can't get all your food in, where getting to the gym is like, what the hell, where 8 hours of sleep might be just a figment of your imagination. But if you look at bodybuilding as a type of kung fu where it is your discipline and it is your life skill, then you're going to adapt and you're going to overcome, because it's going to come with practice. You'll be able to figure out, no matter what the life situation is, to how to get back to your discipline, how to get that food in, how to get to the gym on a regular basis. And when you look at it like that, you really have a better ability to incorporate this lifestyle into your life in the long run. You're not going to sit there and say, once I don't get 22-inch biceps in 6 months, that I need to quit and fall off because I didn't get to my goal. You're going to say, okay, it's going to take me practicing this for years to get to where I want to be. And I think that's missing from a lot of people. So many people want instant gains. So many people want the body of their dreams in 6 months. They're not realizing what this is in the long run, which is a life's discipline. And then the second that life gets in the way and they're not seeing results, they're going to fall off. So my advice to you all is to really look at this as something that you're trying to develop within yourselves. All the muscle, all the looking good, all the strength, that's going to come if you keep consistent and you keep practicing, but it's not going to come overnight. I hope that wasn't too boring or too intellectual, but might not sound intellectual at all. Might sound like a piece of bullshit, but hope some of you get something out of that. So, Chris Albert, Warrior Soul Apparel. Peace.